I was led out here today. Not really sure why yet, but I'm glad I'm here. Out here amongst the trees, the fresh breeze, the sunlight, the lake, the animals, everything. I'm here, one with nature, and it feels good to be working together. You know what's really sad is that the majority of the world is so brainwashed into thinking that there's only one way and one way only to heal, to be free, to live in paradise after this world that we live in now. Most of them see that as religion, you know. I don't knock anything that makes anybody better, that edifies anybody, that helps them to be a better person. I don't knock it at all. What I do knock is when people put other people down, especially when other people are doing things to better this world and themselves. There's this thing going on now. You know, there's this coronavirus that's got everybody scared. You know, they got everybody preparing to die. Preparing to die in the sense of, well, we got to get ourselves right to get into the kingdom of heaven and this and that. And then we got people preparing themselves without even knowing that they're preparing themselves to die. They're constantly feeding themselves what they see in the news media and what they read on the internet, you know. Not tapping into their natural instincts, and not believing what their gut is telling them, what their heart and soul is trying to lead them to, which is the truth, you know. And I'm not saying that precautions should not be taken. Precautions should be taken because they are attempting to do something to us. I really don't know exactly who they are, but I know that there's something or somebody out there trying to kill us. Humans, you know? There's people walking around here in human form, but they're not really human. There's some of you that are probably married to some, and there's some of you that probably had kids with some. As creepy as it is, it's the truth. Um, but that's probably too much for right now. So I'll just stop there when it comes to that. Well, what I will say is this. This is the most freshest spring that we've had in a long time. Fresh air, it is so pure, and ooh, when you breathe and then when you take a deep breath, it just feels like you get a natural high, you know? And during this time, they're telling you to stay in, not to go anywhere, you know? And some of you are surrounded by negative energy. Sorry for you. I hate that for you. You know, especially if you're following all the criteria that you see on TV and on the internet that they're telling you to do. They're telling you not to go out. They're telling you not to do this, telling you not to do that. And that is all good. But do you see me in close vicinity of anybody? And even if I was, I would not be in a panic. But I'm out here in fresh air, getting everything I need. Nature is guiding me. Nature is leading me to where I need to be, to my truth. And I'm okay. I've taken my precautions. Yes, I have disinfectant spray. Yes, I have gloves. I even have a mask that I don't wear. But when I feel necessary, when I feel like I need to protect myself, which I do so more now than I have ever before, because germs are germs. They've always been around. That's nothing new. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just taking extra precautions now. However, I'm not living in fear. I'm outside. I'm getting my air. I'm doing me. And most of the times when they try to instill fear in somebody, well, it's a reason for that. Maybe they're trying to keep you out of this air. Maybe they're trying to keep you from this because it is so purifying and it is so everything. Everything. I don't even know what word to put it in, but it is everything right now. This air is everything. And whew, the world has just gotten so messed up. Humanity doesn't even seem like humanity anymore. There are people so detached from from life. And what I mean by that is that there's no value to life anymore. You know, when you disrespect and you abuse other life forms, animals, for example, you know, we out here slaughtering all these animals. We breeding them and bringing them here just so we could kill them. And they don't just kill them like easily or slowly or anything. Well, maybe they do kill them slowly, but what I'm saying is it's brutal and it is painful, and these animals are suffering when they're slaughtering them. The cows, the pigs, the chickens, whatever other animals some of you out there decide to eat, and then you're destroying like eggs that come from the chickens. You're selling that. You might not think, or you might have been conditioned to feel like animals have no feelings or that they don't matter or their contribution to this universe is sacrificial, but you're wrong. You are absolutely wrong. Just as you move and you talk and you have sound and he, you can hear, you can see, you can taste, they do too. What's inside of you? What are you made of? A soul, right? So what do you think they are made of? You don't think they have a soul? You don't think that that's important? You don't think that they are scared to see you coming? You don't think that they don't like seeing you on this earth? Perhaps somebody has finally heard their cry. You're always crying and praying and asking for help and for stuff to stop happening to you, but you're continually doing something to other life forms. What does that make you? Somebody might be praying that you get dealt with, that you get wiped off of here. You don't know. You don't know what those animals are thinking, what they're feeling, what they're thinking. You don't know none of that. For you to assume that you know just because based off of what you've been taught, particularly in school and even in the church or wherever, you're wrong and you need to rethink some things. We cutting down all these trees for profit. Not only is that stupid because it's almost like suicide because we need the damn trees to breathe. We need the trees to breathe and the animals need the trees and things to live in. That's their home. So for all of y'all that's scared of snakes and all them other creatures and stuff like that, well, you better get used to them being out in the open because they ain't got nowhere else to go. But you just love to see new buildings, new so-called growth. There's other places to put those things, man. You ain't always got to cut. I mean, why you got to dig so deep into nature's home, which is ultimately ours too? The nerve of us to come out here, but we abuse them. It's time to wake the hell up. It's time to wake up. And I have a lot to say. A lot to say. I'm not angry. It is pretty frustrating, to get to this point, but it's time to speak up. You need to rethink some things. You need to get out of that box that you've placed in and that you've gotten comfortable in. You know, if you believe, if you're going to follow an organized religion, then so be it. That's cool. Do your thing. If it makes you better, if it makes you a better contribution to this world, then you should go ahead and continue on with that. But if it makes you hypocritical and it has you going against nature and humanity and yourself, then you need to rethink some things. Because if you don't think for yourself and you don't look inside yourself and trust what is inside of you, then you are likely to fall for anything because you're always looking outside of yourself. So it has been written and spoken many a times that you are made in the image of God, which means that God, he, she, or it placed everything inside of you that you need. So a lot of times when you're praying and asking for things, you're asking for things that you already have. And that's why you're always feeling like you don't get an answer or a result, because you're asking God, give me strength. God, help me do this. God, help me. He, she, it instill the tools that you need if you're made in its image. Think about that. He created you. It, she, whatever, created you. And we bore, we create children. We create our lives. Believe it or not, everything that you're surrounded by, you are creating. Believe it or not. The mind is a powerful thing. Why do you think that they flood the news with certain things? So that your mind can create it as a reality. I know it sounds far-fetched to y'all, especially if y'all, for some of y'all that are so deep in that box, it is too much for you to comprehend what I'm saying. And I'm not knocking you. I'm not insulting you. I'm just speaking what I believe to be true. Because you're too scared to question anything. And you're too comfortable to get out of something that you've been in for so long. For a long time. Whatever the case is, I'm here to tell you, my message to you is it's time to rethink some things. It's time to snap out of some things. Snap out of the trance that you've been put in. Consider the fact that you've been wrong this whole time. And that you've been lied to and you've believed lies for a long time. And it runs so much deeper than what you put in your body and what you create with your mind. It runs so much more deeper than that. Look at all the traditions here in America that people follow because everybody else is doing it. Holidays. If you were to disappear, come back with amnesia, and you go into a grocery store, you would know what time of the year it is based off of what's in there. If it's February, you're going to see red all over the place because Valentine's Day is coming up. If it's July, you're going to see advertisement for fireworks and grill out stuff, charcoal, all kind of stuff advertised. People going to be outside grilling, preparing for the holiday. So you could assume, oh, must be July, 4th of July. Don't get me started on Christmas and Thanksgiving and all the rest of them because you already know what I'm about to say. You should, based on what I just said. So, yeah. Everybody's repeating the same thing every year. They're controlling you, and you're letting them. They've told you what's important, and you follow it, and you believe it, and you conform to it. They tell you when you should celebrate, when you should be happy, when you should love on other people, when you should be kind to people. They've reserved days for kindness and love and giving and being grateful. They've reserved days for that. And then so y'all conform to it on those days, but then the rest of the days, you're an asshole. You mistreat people. You misguide people. You backstab people. You abuse yourself. You mistreat yourself because it's not a holiday. So yeah, there's some people out here looking at you like you're a damn zombie because that's what you're acting like. Why don't you just rethink some things? What can it hurt? Think. Think. Sit down. Tune everything out. Tune out the TV. Tune out the internet. Come to a place of peace and calm. The best place to come to is out here in nature because we are one. I would not survive out here without the air. If the air were to leave, I would die out here. However, if the air didn't have me to breathe it in and out, would it survive? I need the air to breathe. But if I'm not out here to breathe it in and out, would it exist? You see how we are one, how we work together? Nature is a gift, man. And what y'all keep forgetting, what y'all haven't realized is that you are nature. So my message in this video is to tell you to rethink some things, reconsider some things, climb out of that box that you're scared to get out of, the one that you are comfortable in, and then see what happens. It can't hurt to try, can it? Stop living in fear. Tune into yourself. And that's all I have to say about it for right now. So, I'm going to get out here and I'm going to enjoy me a good, healthy walk, and I'm going to keep it moving.